One of my favourite books, revolutionary at the time. Now there are 7 films about bringing the past back to life. Proof that some ideas refuse to stay extinct, even when they probably should.
Oh, and welcome down to the bar for going through Kev's 100 favourite films of all time. Episode 5, so number 96 on the list. And from the description, I hope that we're here to talk about Jurassic Park.
Awkward.
Using the word
Awkward.
extinct.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Why is Fast and the Furious not the first thing that comes to your mind every time I say anything?
7 films. I was like, really? There's 7 of them. And much the same way as the start, or actually, well, we'll talk about the start of Jurassic Park. Maybe not the start, but one of the 3 starts, because this has as many starts as Lord of the Rings has endings. But very reminiscent of helicopters coming down. We've actually got a guest who's come down to the island, helicoptered into the bar. Yeah. And Andrew is joining us for the first time. Welcome down to the bar.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting one.
Yes. Well, we needed a paleontologist on the podcast, so I thought we'd add you in.
I can't believe you turned up with that big stack of books. I'm starting to feel like you've done some research here.
A little bit, eh?
Just a slight perusal of the of what's needed.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, we can get into the science of it, I'm sure, because that's where this film really does well.
Briefs.
So
yeah. Wow.
So yeah, Jurassic Park back in 1993. Kev, why is it on the list? What do you? I mean, you remember the three big scenes, right? And that's about it. Do you remember anything else?
The 3 dinosaur scenes. No, I do remember. I mean, I did read the book before I saw this film, and so I remember it was a very clever concept. I thought, it does seem plausible that mosquitoes could take the blood and then they could be frozen in amber and then you could extract that. So it seemed believable, and it's a clever idea. I mean, don't mind dinosaurs. I like theme parks. Seems like a great option. So I thought nothing could go wrong. And I do remember, 93, it's quite a long time ago now. I do remember at the time thinking the dinosaurs were very, very good. Obviously, we'll talk about what we think now from 2025. But yeah, I think it was just completely groundbreaking at the time. And then you think about, we'll go into it, but even the actors that were in it as well. I mean, really, it was all about the dinosaurs, right? The story just sort of is connected within that, but it's all just about the dinosaurs. And who doesn't love a movie about dinosaurs?
Did you go and watch it at the cinema as a kid? Were you?
I think I did.
Part of that.
Oh yeah, I think I did. Because I remember some of the rewatching it this time, some of the scenes where it is almost. I was thinking about this. It's almost like a partial horror. There's a lot of jump scenes in it. It really does test the boundaries. So yeah, I remember having those big scenes in the cinema, and obviously, the 7 of the films now, but at the time, it was just extraordinary to be able to pull all of that together to make it look realistic, to have almost like a full-size T-Rex. It was very impressive. So yeah, it was it's a big film at the time, made a lot of headway, and sneaked onto the list.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about that, because it wasn't on my favorite movies, but I feel like that's less of a disservice than putting it on and putting it at 96. It was always on the subs bench, was it? And then you just brought it in at the end. It's your favorite book of all time. I'm surprised it's this low.
Well, I wouldn't say it was my favourite book of all time. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've not got Hunger Games yet.
We've got Twilight to come. So
it's Harry Potter. No, I think it was really good. And then obviously, I guess the thing is, often the book is better than the film. That's always the struggle. But I do think they really brought it to life in a way that was very difficult to do so. And I think they did very well. It is a funny one. You're right. You're kind of like, should this be much higher? But it's just like, it was a great film and it's good, and I enjoyed rewatching it again now. But you know, there's a couple of things in there that that are quite questionable. Definitely the Scottish accent of Richard Attenborough is very
he just gives up with that.
Yeah, he's. I mean, I don't know why they made him Scottish. He just didn't need to be Scottish. And then, So I mean, I don't know. You haven't got on your list, so in many ways, all the dinos are going to be after you. So you better make sure those AI are on your side, because you're going to be in trouble otherwise.
And Andrew, flying out to the bar to chat about it. So I hear that it's one of your favourite films, but then we know that Kev's quite unreliable as far as anything is concerned.
Memory,
but
yeah, this is true.
It'd definitely be in my top 100 as well. I'd probably put it at 69, just for the tagline of 69 million years in the making.
Look at you!
Thank goodness you didn't say 67, because that's just going around our house and my daughter's school so much. He's not trying to be cool, is he? He's not trying to be down with the kids.
No. But yeah, like, I remember going to the movies and seeing it. I was 10 years old, and it absolutely scared me to death. In parts of it, like almost to tears. But I watch it a couple of times a year and still thoroughly enjoy it, and pick stuff up that I hadn't noticed or realised before. So there's always something new.
Not as scared now, you know.
No, I'm not scared now.
Have you seen all of the films? Are you like you're a dino expert?
Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen them all at the cinema.
Yeah, there you go. At the cinema, no less. Yeah. Well, I think
did they all go to the cinema? Did they all go to the cinema? Surely some of them were straight to DVD.
Straight to DVD.
Oh. Some of them should have been straight to DVD. But,
yeah, man. I mean, you know, if people come and see it, I guess you're going to keep making them.
Yeah, but, cool. Well, so what drinks are we mixing then to settle in at the bar to chat about it then?
Andrew, what have you got?
Well, I'm going for a Long Island iced tea.
Nice.
It's a bit of a mix of everything.
Yeah.
And generally leaves you in a mess at the end.
Nice. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, I thought sort of like a Hawaiian punch, maybe, you know, something that just tastes quite fruity, and you're like, oh, is this a soft drink? But then actually has a lot of alcohol in the base. So you're like, wait, but is this an alcoholic? No, but this is just a kid's drink, isn't it? No, it's not. This is actually getting you wasted. So I think it's it's got to be something like that. After a few, we're going to feel them, but they're still going to just feel like we're drinking Tropicana or something. So
yeah, it is funny, isn't it? It's the 80s and 90s kids films. I mean, this is obviously PG, and it's like they just did not care. You know, we got brought up on the hard lives. Like nowadays, I think people get scared at watching Bluey. And I'm just like, whoa, you know, Andy was at the cinema crapping his pants. Well, I went for a Maduri Sour, which is green, so I thought very themed on the dino side. So it's kind of green, but with a bit of bite. A little bit Midori, lime, lemon, and soda water. Sounds disgusting. Definitely don't want it, but we'll have one.
But it's number 96 on your list. So.
Exactly, the 96 favourite drink.
He's hoping the cocktails get better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Well, all cocktails get better after a few. So
true. Well, Andy, what was your one-word reaction then?
It is 90s. It just feels like a real 90s movie. Like I was sort of thinking about
is this still the one-word reaction? Are we stop?
Just 90s. I think that one-word reaction is going to be present in quite a few of the films, so I'm going to have to think of different things. But yeah, I was thinking like, how would I watch this with my daughter? Would she enjoy it? And again, for like 85% of it, it would be absolutely fine. But then they have like 2 or 3 scenes that are just so traumatic.
Yeah,
and the fact is they kick it off with it like that. I had no memory at all about that opening scene where for some reason they're moving one of the dinosaurs, and then it eats it, and which, funnily enough, happens before they actually discover the mosquito in the amber. Which again, I was a bit like, wait, but they already have dinosaurs. Why are they still digging for more?
They're
mosquitoes
getting more
in
amber for more dinosaurs, different types.
So we accept that just every mosquito just happens to have bitten a different dinosaur, and
Well, not
there's
everyone.
like
There's a bin at the back
hundreds of these
full of mosquitoes, and they're all dead, useless ones.
Imagine just doing it, and you're like, oh, we've got like 7 dinosaurs, but they're all the same dinosaur.
Yeah, exactly.
What are the chances?
That's what happened. I mean, if that is the biggest problem you have with this film, then I think we're fine. Yeah, the opening scene is full on, isn't it? They do they also try to get you going into it straight away. But then that's the thing. Like it's so much, and then like for most of the film, then it's like really calm and nice. And then, you know, they have Samuel L. Jackson's arm come out of nowhere, just like, and it's so different, isn't it? It's just so different. This being a kids' film in the 90s, we all just accept really easily. Yeah.
Whereas, just the narrative, like now you'd let people, like you'd let the kids get used to it and come in, and then maybe there'd be a jump scare like halfway through. Yeah. Whereas this, straight away, my daughter would be like, "Why are you showing me this horror movie?" And then it'd be like, "No, it's gonna calm down after this one. It's fine." They're just but he's a lawyer. And if the 90s taught us anything, it's that lawyers are literally the scum of the earth. The 90s hates lawyers.
Well, let's not just say that decade.
Billionaires are brilliant. Lawyers, don't like them.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it? Well, I think that's fine. I think you definitely can get the lawyer eaten. But it is definitely... I don't know if I'd say it was darker, but it was definitely more sort of horror-based, definitely thrill-based than I remember. Like you said, there's definitely a few scenes where you're like, wow, it's pretty full on. And like when the T-Rex is involved as well, that's like, and that whole scene, I must say the scene where it first comes on and then it's turning the car over and the kids are in the car, they play that all, I think, really well. Like it's really good. And then obviously they come out and he's climbing down on the wire and you just see slowly the car moving closer to the edge. It's just about to fall on top of them. I feel like they pull that scene really well together and it's like a good suspense sort of type scene. But yeah, I mean, like the velociraptors when they're in the kitchen with the kids, that's obviously a bit intense as well, especially when she's in the dumbwaiter and you're like, because I forgot about that bit and I was like, God, surely she's going to pull it down in time. It's a good shot. Then she did it, so that was good. But yeah, Andrew, Colin, you're the resident Jurassic Park guru. I imagine
50 facts now. Come on, let's go.
I've certainly got some.
They must. I reckon they probably would have got more kid-friendly as they've gone on, right? And this one was probably maybe more on the adult side.
Yeah, I'd say this one and the second one were a lot more kind of horror around. There was a lot more death and, you know, destruction. Whereas 3 was absolute tripe. And the rest of them are just kids' films, basically. So they're taking all the fun out of
it. We're probably the wrong people to do this. We're all from the same sort of generation. So we're all like, well, why aren't the kids nowadays dealing with like dinosaurs right in their faces when they're 10?
But that's the funny thing. Like there's I can't remember what the stats were from last week, but there's like five people die, I think in this, which isn't actually a lot of deaths, but that's like 70% of the people in this film because actually this film only has like 12 people in it, which is just bizarre. Now when you're watching it, you're like, surely they've got to be employing more people on that park. And like 5 times Samuel L. Jackson's like, okay, everyone, it's time to get on the boat. And but you don't see anyone going to the boat. And you're like, who's he telling? There's only 3 other people in the room. Why is he telling them? And they're all staying. So it felt very, to me this time rewatching it felt very Spielberg-y, where you're like, you don't see a lot and it's like the actors reacting to things. Like the dinosaurs, actually, you really don't see the dinosaurs very often. and you don't see, because I think we can talk about it now. Like the long shots, the CGI dinosaurs don't stand up now, and unfortunately, like at the time they were great, but like I think it's the technology's come on so much. Like my daughter watches TV programs on like with Steve Bagshaw on the BBC, and the dinosaurs are way better now than this looks. The practical effects, I think stand up, and like the models and stuff that they made, I think are still really good. You've got like the eye movement and stuff. But I think the wide shots for me just but also like you kind of think, well, actually there's not that many of them. You don't actually see. It's a bit like when they're going on the tour and you're like, well, the problem with safari parks is you can actually go through the entire thing and never see an animal.
Exactly.
And it was kind of a bit like that. You're like, where are the dinosaurs? Surely there should be more dinosaurs for this dinosaur movie.
It would have been a very different movie if they didn't see anything.
Yeah. Right, well, we can definitely recommend this park because there's no dinosaurs here. So, yeah, it did seem a bit.
You only see like 3 dinosaurs, right? Because you got the T-Rex, you got the
come
raptors,
on, Andy,
then you've got the spitty ones, and
then you've got the Triceratops or whatever. Then you've got the big giant.
The Triceratops. It's hardly like an action shot of a dinosaur, is it?
Hey, you said you only see 3 dinosaurs. Well, you're factually incorrect. You see the giant long neck ones.
Moving.
The long neck one.
Yeah. The long neck one.
Yeah.
You're quite the dinosaur expert, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Yes.
So I think there's actually only 3 people that die in the movie.
Yeah. Lawyer dies. Samuel L. dies.
Lawyer dies. Hunter dies.
And Samuel
L. dies.
Oh, and IT guy 4.
IT guy, and then the guy at the beginning who just died for no reason.
Yeah. We forget about that one.
Yeah, you've just watched this film, and you still forget about that beginning because it's just so bizarre.
Yeah, it does seem strange. Like you could easily have introduced the dinosaurs in a different way. And I did think it's funny. Like it's a dinosaur park. They've got all the state-of-the-art technology. They've got this giant iron cage, like all these clever things that they're using, but they still use a human to lift the gate up to let the dinosaur out. It's like, how is this not automated? Like, what has happened? But yeah, I guess you've got to show, that they're still creatures, right? So you can't control them as much as Chris Pratt thinks he can in the newer versions.
He gets all Crocodile Dundee.
Watching it today, I still don't get the physics of that first scene. How it runs at the door and the whole thing bounces backwards.
Yeah.
I'm like, shouldn't it be running the other way?
Yeah. Well, I guess it could have run at the back, but there's no way. It's like a giant iron cage. There's absolutely no way it would push it. But yeah,
there's a lot of continuity errors, I would say. Like there's like it's been raining and then it's suddenly sunny, and then people are sitting in completely different places when they get off of the helicopter, and there's
I didn't notice that. Great news. Did you? Dinosaur 5 moved around to Dinosaur 6 position. They were messing around in behind the scenes. Yeah,
that isn't the hunting pattern that they would actually have. I mean, Andrew will know more, but
it is funny. So, let's get into the scenes. What do we like? What didn't we like? What was good? I mean, the T-Rex does come into it after about 40 minutes, so it's not that long before you see the proper dinosaur. So, and that's the animatronic one. So that's pretty good. Were there any scenes that you specifically liked or didn't like?
I still love the T-Rex coming in, roaring, and despite the fact it seems to have levitated up a bank that's quite steep, and climbed out.
It uses very tiny hands to do a chin up.
Slow.
But yeah, I remember that in the movies and just being amazed, and still now, just the way they do it. And then that scene where the foot comes down and just kind of spreads out in the mud as well. I'm like, that's the best bits of the movie.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, despite the fact that the T-Rex is pushing on the top of the car and the kids are just like holding it off of them, and seem to be able to be just as strong as the T-Rex, which again, maybe I don't know my dinosaur facts, but the entire like that T-Rex scene is like that was the impact back in the day as well, wasn't it? Like when you saw that, and again, it is because again you do see the whole dinosaur, but you quite often just see like the foot to get the perspective with the cars, and it's Spielberg.
It's clever.
Like at his best, or like the same with Jaws, right, where you actually only see the shark like twice. And I do just think that like that's the scene right where everything kind of comes together, and that still just stands up in the rain and stuff like that. And I think that like that if that was the tone of the entire film, like close to danger, but you kind of know that the kids aren't going to die, like then it's then I think it's a more even film. But I think because they kind of veer into different storylines, and then the hunter going after the raptors, like his character's a bit more questionable these days.
Well, yeah, and they don't flesh him out at all, do they? Like that is, I guess, what Chris Pratt's new character is in the modern ones. But yeah, he's kind of not really needed, is he? Really, you could have just had something else happening, really, but. Yeah, so Andy, you didn't really like it then? Or like you thought it didn't hold up as much just as a story?
No, I think it is very 90s film, just for like the sort of, is it a kid's film? Is it not a kid's film? Like, what audience would it have today? It's iconic as a film, and funnily enough, we were never sort of summer blockbuster movie. No. Like family, I didn't go to the cinemas during the summer. Like I was outside playing football, and we kind of never did it. So that's why,
No, you didn't go to see the Star Wars when they came out, the 1, 2, 3.
No, because I was 4 when Return of the Jedi came out. So
episode 1, 2, 3, not episode 4.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. By that time I was working. I didn't have the summer off. But they also those were December releases, Kev. So
okay.
But yeah, so I don't think I went to see this at the cinema at the time.
It seems like an Andy move, not to see it.
Yeah, so even as a 12-year-old, I was like, no, it's too popular. I'm going off to this Lithuanian film festival.
Yeah, there's this really good one I've seen with about this kid who's in high school. Sounds really good.
So so that's why I don't have the same kind of relationship to it of like I can imagine going to see this as a kid would have just been mind-blowing. I think it is really interesting. I think choosing the actors and actresses that they do, where it's like, and obviously they sort of wanted Harrison Ford, right, for the main for the main character. But he sort of said that he didn't think that he would be good in it, and I do think it is that these are all sort of famous people, but actually there's no like A stars that now you're like, oh look, it's like a young so and so, which I think is, I don't know, at the time I think makes it probably more effective, but now you're just a bit like, oh, all of these people are feel a bit more random.
Yeah, it's weird. I looked at, because like I was thinking, oh yeah, Sam Neill's really good, he's been in lots of good stuff, and then I looked through his filmography. I was like, whoa, actually he's not really been in a lot of good stuff at all. He's pretty much done Jurassic Park, and that was it. So I mean, obviously I've been a bit flippant, he has been in lots of things, and some things have been good, but yeah, like he was definitely not that huge before he was in this, and obviously this was massive.
Yeah, this is before Pulp Fiction, and Pulp Fiction is obviously the one that this is breakout well, right?
What? Oh, you said talking about Samuel?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm Sam Neill. I'm talking about.
Oh, sorry, you said Sam.
Samuel definitely has got to be in a lot of good movies. I think he would come around and like question whether he's been in lots of rubbish movies if I said that. I mean, it's funny actually. I didn't remember Samuel L. Jackson being in it as much as he is. Not that he's in it huge amounts, but yeah, they are all. And I think
he has a lot to say though. He has a lot of exposition that he has to. It's his job to tell everyone that where things are going wrong. So
yeah, he is. But yeah, I think you're right. I mean, we've said this with many films, haven't we? Like, when you get that group of actors together, that maybe no one's quite at the very top, and they're all in the same sort of level. but you can often get a better performance from everyone and it feels like a more rounded film because you've not just got one person that you're focusing towards. So I think that helps.
Yeah.
But then you're right. You look back now and you're like, oh, what happened after this? Like, did anyone do anything? Like, I think this was it. I mean, yeah, definitely. Richard Attenborough put that Scottish accent in the bin. Didn't do that again. That's for sure.
I don't think he was around much longer.
No, because he was so embarrassed about the Scottish accent. It was horrifically terrible.
He just gave up on it after the first couple of scenes anyway. And just,
apart from every now and then, he would like say like "we" or something like that, like as if like oh no, I am Scottish. I am. And I don't know what he must have gone to them and said. You know what? I think my character needs to have a Scottish accent because there's no need at all for him to be Scottish in any way, and I can't imagine.
Scottish in the book?
Oh, I mean, mate, you're asking me a question I could never give you that answer unless I read it 20 minutes before this. I can't remember about that far. I mean, I doubt it, and I don't, and it's obviously completely irrelevant. Doesn't make any difference to the story. So yeah, it's a strange one.
I'd never even picked up he had a Scottish accent.
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it? That's how bad it is. You don't even notice.
Maybe if you don't watch the first 20 minutes, you don't notice it.
You don't see it. Yeah. Well,
was there anything, Kevin, in sort of watching it? Was it as you remembered it? Still when you thought about it for the list, is it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was. When I originally thought about it, I do remember like the whole big thing about seeing it and it being a huge film at the time, the dinosaurs being amazing. And it was still a good watch. I enjoyed it. I think, sometimes when you have different actors or different, like those levels, it can't always work. And they had 2 kids in it, so you never know if that's going to work. But I think the kids are good in it as well. I think everyone's pretty good. It is funny watching these sort of films now where the timing is just not quite right. So there's the bit when the T-Rex starts to move towards the kid's car and it's starting to mess around with it. And then you just see it from Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum's perspective. And you're just obviously filming it because we want to see the scene of what does the dinosaur do. But really, Sam Neill should be getting out or doing something. But instead, he's sitting there waiting for about 5 minutes. Oh, the scene's finished? Cool. Let me go get this flare. And it's like...
They wait a long time to go and help the kids. They're like, well, let's see. I don't want a helicopter in. Let's just see how they do.
Yeah, exactly. They might be all right. Yeah, and he obviously is the first one that just gets out of the car when they're in the middle of a safari ride, and he's like, yeah, let's all just get out. I've only been here half a day. I've already seen 2 dinosaurs. This should be fine. As everyone gets out, and you're like, not sure that was a good idea. Yeah, it was.
The seeing the dinosaurs feels strangely muted. Even with how much they do, like sit down and they're like, oh wow, you're a bit like, if it was actually dinosaurs, if you actually saw real life dinosaurs, I think you'd have more questions.
Yeah, you'd be mind blown, right? You'd be like, what is happening? This is bonkers. But yeah, no, I mean, I think it was still good. I still think it's worth being on the list. But yeah, it's definitely, like you said, it is 90s. I did notice, like what you said, it's very Spielberg-esque. It really does feel like this could just be the Goonies with dinosaurs. Like it's almost like that. Like it's, he has that sort of way, doesn't he? Where he's almost like the key of the adventure film, really. Although maybe he's overdone the horror bit in this one, so that might be a little bit too scary. But yeah, what about you then?
There's a nod to the Goonies as well, isn't there? Because old Wayne Knight wears like all different shirts and stuff from all of the different characters. So he wears like the yellow rain jacket that Mike's wearing, and then he wears the shirt that Chunk's wearing. So there's a nice little nod to the Goonies on it. Yeah. I mean, no, it's amazing. Just to briefly talk about Spielberg, if you think this is 18 years after Jaws, and then 18 years after this film, he makes Tintin, and it just sort of goes to show just how young he was when he made Jaws. That this is obviously when he first wins the Oscar, because this comes out the same year as Schindler's List, which he wins the Oscar for. So that kind of ruins this film getting getting any Oscars or anything like that. But like, you think like 20 years basically after you sort of do Jaws, one of the most iconic films in film. You then have Jurassic Park, which again kind of reinvents the summer blockbuster.
Yeah,
just basically more Jaws. Maybe this is a thing. He just always, Saving Private Ryan, basically a killer. You could call it
Jaws in the army
war.
It did feel a bit like that.
We've come upon his formula.
I think because you're right, because the whole thing with Jaws is obviously they wouldn't have as much money, didn't have as much technology then. So obviously you kind of see the shark only in small bits, and so we have to build the suspense in different ways. And that's very, that sort of 80s, 90s, and I guess for Jaws 70s esque. But you feel like this here, even though he has more technology to his hands, he still builds it in a very similar way. And I think, that's one of these great things that he does is like you feel it come in, and obviously you got John Williams' score throughout as well, which is just incredible. Like the impact the music can have on scenes is amazing. But yeah, he does do a good job of that. I mean, I still thought it was pretty good. I think it held up pretty well. I mean, Andrew, you're the resident Jurassic Park enthusiast. You had to watch it again, having probably already seen it 12 times this year. Did you still enjoyed it?
Yeah, I still love it, and like there's little bits in there, like you said, when the people change places or anything else, and I always watch for more of them. As well, like my favourite is the hand on the raptor. As they're going into the kitchen, you can see a member of crew kind of pushing the tail down to hold it in place.
Nice.
That's a dangerous job. I wouldn't want that job.
That's danger money from Spielberg for that one. But yeah, it's like a new thing I heard watching it earlier today was where like the T-Rex is chasing him in the gas-powered Jeep.
Yeah.
And Malcolm's leaning backwards like going, "Oh my God." Yeah. And he's screaming, he's shouting fifth gear. And I'm like, I have never noticed that in the movie before. Yeah. I just thought he was shouting just randomly. Yeah. But he was shouting to go faster, put it in fifth gear. And I was like, oh, that's quite clever, but first time I've ever noticed.
And he was leaning on the gas pedal, on the gear stick. So he couldn't put it in fifth gear. It was his own fault. He was quite good in this, actually, I thought, Jeff Goldblum. He's not like in it a huge amount, but he does do quite well. I feel like this is when he starts to go in his sort of Johnny Depp sort of angle of like, I'm just going to be a little bit weird and quirky, and then he just goes a bit too weird and quirky, I think, in some of the future films. But in this one, I think like he smashes it. I thought he was really good.
With his sexy pose.
Yeah, he's not in it. He's not in it that much, but there's a lot of him in it. So for half the movie, he's basically just lying there with his shirt undone. You're a bit like, all right, well. Yeah,
he gets quoted a lot as well. He had some good lines. I thought. I feel like I remember because maybe I've seen is he in another one? I can't remember. He must be, I'm sure. And he just seems really. It was just too much. Like it was way too much. I was like, oh. And so I kind of, when I was watching this, was thinking, is he going to be okay, or is this character going to be a bit annoying? But I thought he got it perfect. I think in this film he's really good. And like you said, he's in it. The scenes he's in, he's very good. And then he's obviously. He incapacitated him from about 40 minutes onwards. But yeah, I mean, I guess we should start. Any questions have you guys both got before we move on? Or have we got enough time?
I want to know.
Do we need to just move on?
Why does Hammond get all of the dinosaurs to imprint on him right from the start? That seems a bit like, was this actually his evil plan?
Yeah,
all the
way.
He's
not stupid.
Yeah, he's definitely like,
he's an evil billionaire.
I'd be more worried about the dodgy ones that come out. All the genetic manipulation, and you've got like, Derpisaurus coming along.
Yeah.
But being there for hatching them all I don't get that either.
It must be a maze as well, right? Obviously, because we've seen 7 like dinosaurs a day now. But like you would what, like it's your creation, right, and your theme park, and you are actually effectively creating these creatures as well. So it would be incredible. You'd want to see the first number that come out, but I don't know. I mean, there seemed to be a reasonable amount hanging around the island, so Not sure I'd be there for every single one, but yeah.
And there's just no callback to it as well, is there? So there's no like, oh, someone's gonna eat him but then doesn't because they've seen that it's him or anything like that. So.
And then the eggs and that, I remember that thinking, oh yeah, I know, like when they made this big song dance about the fact that they can't reproduce because they're all females. And then obviously they find the eggs and that's it. And I was like, I'm sure something big happened. So it doesn't even mention it. It's like, no, I saw them, off we go. Oh. So that must be one of the other films that they talk about it more, but that was strange. Didn't need that in there if you're not going to, if it's not relevant, could have moved it on. But
it feels like they do. Yeah, they're setting up the sequels, which didn't happen that often back in this time. But it feels like they're putting everything down, aren't they? It's the same with like the can with the embryos. They're like, okay, well, let's leave a few ends that we can pick up for the sequels and stuff.
Yeah,
it was just at the end as well. They just bugger off and leave the island. Like,
just hope the best.
Yeah, I mean, okay, good luck.
This is how we know the Meg started. That's Jason Statham had to come in and save everyone because of the mutations that happened on Dino Land. So, bad times. Good job we've got Jason. So
he gets everywhere. Okay, well, so for Top Chumps then, so the AI imprinting is going to be fairly obvious quite quickly which film it goes up against. And it feels like maybe this has just been put in so that Kev can win a Top Chumps, or I can win a Top Chumps because I just can't see it going up against anything. But the AI plot summary of combining the two films with Jurassic Park with number 96 on my list, Eric and the Dinosaurs. When Eric Cantona is invited to Isla Nublar as a celebrity guest for his park's opening weekend, he expects a quiet PR tour and perhaps a philosophical stroll among the herbivores. Instead, he ends up stranded with a small group of visitors after the security systems fail and the predators break loose, forcing him into the heart of the park's chaos. As velociraptors stalk the corridors and the T-Rex prowls the storm-soaked jungle, Cantona becomes an unlikely source of calm authority, delivering cryptic wisdom and decisive action in equal measure. By the end, his surreal mix of kung fu poet bravado and fearless leadership becomes the thing that keeps the survivors alive long enough for rescue.
I'm not sure.
I mean, I'm watching that film. I'm watching that film. That's what I'm going to say.
Obviously, you'll be
probably
watching
going to
that
watch
film.
it.
If you ever watch Lycanthropic, Andrew, you would know not to watch this film.
Yes.
It is bad. Well, it could be interesting though. Eric Cantona was the best thing about that film. So involved with dinosaurs, and he can karate
No spoilers
kick.
No spoilers for the rest of the pod, but can you just replace Jeff Goldblum with Eric Cantona in this film? It's a better film, but we'll leave that for then.
Yeah.
So to go through the categories then.
Let's have it.
So first watch. So I've gone for 95. This was an epic. It is right up there with, this is one of those movies that had an impact on everyone and everything, and watching it for the first time you see dinosaurs, like the fact that my daughter can't now watch it without having already seen like thousands of dinosaurs and TV shows and stuff like that. It all comes from this. It all stems from this. They got the technology out there. It was like the definition of a summer blockbuster. It was the biggest film of all time for quite a long time. It's definitely in the 90s. 95
Impressive.
for first watch.
All right.
Rewatch. So rewatch. I went with 65.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I felt like it's not a film I would put on. I think there's nothing wrong with it. I think the effects for me are like, as I say, like the dinosaurs don't hold up that well. But like it's not like there's an obvious flaw with the movie that now every time you see it you're like, that doesn't work. I do think the whole like leaning into him not liking kids And then basically like Laura Dern's like, well, you've got to like kids because I'm a woman and I want kids. Like that whole subplot is just horribly 90s, and like, especially considering that Sam Neill in it I think is 40 and she's 25. I'm not quite sure that in this
Definitely
day and
90s.
age that needs to be done. Even, and for the fact, even on the end in the helicopter, the kids are with him rather than with their grandfather. You're a bit like, well, yeah, that's
trauma bonding. They've just been through excessive things.
Granddad just put me through this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well,
I'm not talking to him for at least a week.
But he's imprinted on all the dinosaurs, so he'd be safer in the long run.
So they would just sit there eating his grandchildren in front of him.
Yeah. So it doesn't feel like the spectacle that it was, but you know, it's still a nice movie, and it's still, you know, it's one that will be on the list to watch with my daughters at some stage, right? You have to have watched Jurassic Park, I think, as like before you're 20. Like as a kid, you just, you know,
definitely
you need to watch it.
So, level of romance. Remember, we just covered off the dinosaurs did have babies as well. So there's some romance going on in this film.
Dinosaur romance. Yeah. So I went with 57.
Yeah. Okay.
Because there's a, you know, you feel like the two characters coming in.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like the best relationship, but like then obviously Jeff Goldblum like flirting and stuff. There's sort of there's angles.
You're happy
There's
with that?
angles with it. Well, no, not if you. Yeah, not with compare. I mean, Limitless was 50, so
I think you've got to stop benchmarking off anything else. Your previous ones are all too high. That's not helping you.
We'll bring it right down. No, this is. Yeah, I think this is a fairly. Again, like even in the spirit, obviously with Kingpin, Kingsman getting a 0. Like this is quite a romantic film. It's not a hard-nosed like science-based film. Right? There is a romance to the film overall as well. I would say
because you've got Sam Neill and the kids as well.
Yeah, and it's just I think it's
John Williams scale. It's just romance in music. All right, action then. There's plenty of that.
Yeah. So I had 60. I put 60 for the action.
Wow. You're such a romance guy. It's ridiculous.
Well, I feel like there's, I mean, if you compare those two categories, then there's obviously more action. But actually, I did feel like it was a bit like they were just running around and you don't like see them with dinosaurs a lot. So the action isn't like interactive for me. It's just, you kind of like, okay, well, it's good acting and you can tell that there's dinosaurs because you bought into the plot, but there's not actually like that much where they interact with them. So
harsh. I mean, this is why you're known for romance and I'm known for action, for this exact reason. There's 3 points between romance and action in Jurassic Park.
You can challenge. You can have your appeal. Obviously, we can.
You need to
about
catch up, so this is fine. And you know what it's going up against. You know it's going to be an easy win.
I think it'll be fine. Exactly. Yeah. And
then
then for soundtrack, soundtrack I went 68. It's a classic John Williams score.
Yeah.
There's not. It's only like the one score though. Like there's not.
Do you
there's
want to
not
give us
like
a little
multiple
verse?
pieces. Da, 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 da. You just have that stuck in
my head
the
for so long. Oh, John Williams.
You know, people walk down the aisle to that.
Oh my lord! I mean,
I don't know what that says about the person coming down.
Yeah, that's when you need to bring in last week's episode on the Kingsman and start and add that bit in. Bizarre.
Yeah, it's a nice score, but also like it's John Williams, so actually, is it in his top 5 best scores?
So hold on, but it should be. So you're now comparing this versus John Williams, which isn't really fair. It should be this versus.
No, this is John Williams.
Yeah, but are you comparing this against other John Williams scores and say this is?
Yeah. You know, I think he could do better. No, I'm kidding.
That's what I mean. That's what it sounds like you're saying, and you've given the level of romance, of which there's very little 57, and given poor old John, he's only got 68. Poor guy. He's worked hard.
You've got to compare it with his other
Scores.
work. Like, did he just call this in? I don't know. I mean, he's just come from Hook. Maybe he just wasn't feeling it. So.
Such a bad film. Come on then. What did you go for in the lines then?
I thought it's got to be a Goldblum line. I went for "I'm always on the lookout for a future ex Mrs. Malcolm" because I think that's quite a funny line.
Yeah, that was.
So yeah, all of his chaos theory. Funnily enough, even that, like, I remember almost chaos theory being a bigger impact, or as big an impact as the dinosaurs. I remember at school everyone then talking about chaos theory, and it becoming a whole big thing. So I would say that, like, it's the dinosaurs are obviously the number one thing about this film, but actually Jeff Goldblum, like, comes in at number two. I think he steals the film from everyone else, and his character is actually like much more of a lead even than like Sam Neill or Laura Dern. I think I remember at the time Chaos Theory, and he was the one that everyone was then talking about after the film.
Yeah. He does have good lines, and he delivers them well in this, I think, doesn't he? I think he was good. All right, then.
Yeah. You know, and geeky people could be sexy. So, we held on to that for years afterwards. So.
So many have tried.
Yeah. Well, are you ready for the counter scores?
Yeah, go on then. How low are we talking?
I should point out, just so that everyone remembers, don't ever watch the film Looking for Eric. It's awful. But of Andy's awful list of 100 films, this is 99 for me. So just setting that context up. So the first watch, I gave this 6. It was something that hurt my face and eyes and ears. Rewatchability, I mean, I honestly would rather get waterboarded. 9. Level of romance.
Wait, you gave it a higher score for the rewatch than for having to watch it the first time.
Well, yeah, it's a good point, but it's so painful the first time. Like, I don't think I'd have the same pain the second time. Like, it would still be annoying, but it wouldn't be, why am I watching this? What is going on with this film? Anyway, level of romance. Obviously, it's your film, so there's plenty of romance in it. 24. Level of action, 8. Soundtrack, 10.
That's fair.
So this is probably the fall of your films for me. I think this was 99, and I didn't like this film at all. So that has been reflected, I think.
I would have thought romance. That's harsh for romance.
I did wonder, but then I'm benchmarking it off like all films I've ever seen, rather than just Limitless as the baseline.
Why are you doing that?
Yeah. So yeah, and then the line that I had, which actually is a pretty good line. You can change your wife, your politics, your religion, but never, never can you change your football club. Which feels very, very, very British. So there you are.
Yeah.
So
okay, well, let's have a roll of the dice then. Shall I do the honours today?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, let's see what categories are coming up. Oh, maybe first before we do, Andrew, any disputes for the Jurassic Park scoring as independent adjudicator? Do you feel like any of them were too low, too high?
I mean, there was one that was certainly too high. That's good. Yeah. That's romance.
I think he overplayed it. He's overplayed his hand, but I'll be fine. I mean, when we make these top trumps, I'll be happy with that. It'll be laminated. You can't change it.
But yeah, I'd say just the romance one because I don't think you even realise that Ellie and Grant are actually together.
No.
Funny, I was listening to a podcast and someone said that, but they are, or he's very handsy, I would say. Which, it's the 90s. So who knows? Yeah, but yeah, no, he has his hand round her waist and on her butt a few times in the film.
Yeah.
And also Jeff Goldblum asked whether they're together, and he says yes, which
he
again
does.
might be just dirtbag
Yeah.
90s
Yeah.
guy
He's like,
lying.
well, not
just
really,
to, just to keep. But yeah, no, that's fair. Okay, I think that's fair. I think Limitless has done me in. So maybe we'll look at that.
If you want to change it, you can change it. It's still alive. Until the pod is finished, you can change. And then probably
I feel like
afterwards as well, because we don't care that much.
I mean, I feel like Looking for Eric needs to have a chance. Surely it needs a 1 in 6 chance that it's
best line. That's the only chance it's got.
Okay, we're gonna roll. We're gonna leave the scores as they are, because otherwise we're gonna have to pay too much attention to doing them when we're watching the movie, and that's boring. So
Yeah.
okay, here we go. Okay, first time, first watch. So an easy victory for Jurassic Park. Maybe going to be the largest winning margin of the pod.
Yeah. Well, there you are. You're catching back up. It's good news.
Yeah. It's getting closer. Obviously, the episodes are up for voting for the best line. So yeah. Please still go back and vote for them, and then we'll be able to give you the scores and all soon.
Yeah.
So what would the main characters be doing today then? This is 93, so it's 33 years ago, 32 years ago.
Yeah.
What are we thinking?
Andrew, what do you have?
I mean, I was a bit. My first thought was, well, we kind of see what they're doing in Jurassic Park 2 and 3 and 6.
Yeah.
But then I kind of looked and went, well, that's just boring. So I'm like, well, I think like Ellie would clearly have kids, probably teaching at a uni, like an American university.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I mean she's still quite young, so
Yeah,
She'd still be okay.
yeah. Alan would be in a nursing home just waffling on about velociraptors, just sitting in a chair rocking, going raptors.
Be you in about 20 years.
You're not far off either, mate. Ian probably would have ended up with about 10 kids and broke.
God, yeah. I don't
from
remember him
child
saying
support.
he had 7 kids. That was so random. I was like, what? Why has he got so many kids?
No, I thought he had 3.
Oh, well, yeah, okay, 3 then. But I remember it was like loads, and I was thinking, this seems
3,
excessive.
7, same.
Well, I can't remember. I thought it was more than that, and he had 3 wives, didn't he? Anyway, yeah. It seemed a bizarre thing to have added into the story that didn't need to be there. But yeah, go on. Keep going, Andy.
Well, obviously Hammond is dead, but he died penniless.
Pouring out for him.
He died penniless with just his flea circus.
Just the fleas to keep him company.
Yeah,
nice.
Tim joined the army and is channeling all his trauma through using guns.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Lex would be, in one of the people that's, fighting for equal pay, women's work rights. She'd be like at the forefront going, especially now in America, fighting for the women to get everything equally like they should do.
I think she'd have her own crypto company. She'd be like, you can't beat them, join them.
She
very good in
identifies
the
as a
Linux
hacker.
system.
So,
Yeah. Well, exactly. I mean, they set that up nicely, don't they? Get ready.
I mean, it was a close runner-up for line of the film. Oh, it's a Linux system. I know this.
Yeah.
It was,
I just need to go here and find this. Yeah. What about you, Andy? What did you have?
Yeah, no, I think all of those are good ones. I think I think obviously like I think Goldblum would have maybe made some cash. He would have been on the cover of a few magazines, lying with his shirt open and stuff. But no, I think that covers it up. So Yeah, I mean, the thing I'd change, as I say, yeah, it's nothing to do with the podcast or comparing films. I just always thought Eric Cantona instead of Jeff Goldblum was a winner. I say it's quite a coincidence, really, that it's Looking for Eric that we're talking about, because I just always thought that was a good way to improve Jurassic Park. So
Yeah, can you imagine? Like, it would be so weird. I could almost see him, I don't know, maybe playing the lawyer or something. I don't know. Or he could be the South African like ranger, or like the park ranger.
He's from Kenya. They say 2 or 3 times. So
yeah. Okay. Well, he could be.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be Vinnie Jones.
Yeah, Vinnie Jones would be great. He would just take on the dinosaurs, so that'd be fun. That'd be good.
Headbutt one. It was fine.
I think one thing that had to change was definitely Hammond's Scottish accent. That has to go. That was.
It does change throughout the film.
Yeah, it does change. That's true. And then, I don't know, they do this. It's quite funny. I was thinking is they have, like, you always have like goodies and baddies in almost like every type of film. And they do this even with the dinosaurs. So it's like, oh, we've got the goodies and baddies. And even though the T-Rex is like a baddie, it kind of helps them when the velociraptors come in at the end. It becomes a goodie.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it does it in one of the other films as well. And I was like, yeah, I think I would maybe change that bit as well, because it seems unlikely that would happen. But yeah, they're the things that I would change, I think.
And you'd go for the T-Rex arriving at the end and eating the people.
Yeah,
that would be
makes way more sense. Apart from Hammond, because he saw her board, so that would be it.
The T-Rex eats the kids in front of him, and you're just like, oh, you've not thought this through, have you? Yeah, he's not going to attack you. He's going to kill everyone else.
Yeah,
all 7 people who were on the island. So
yeah, exactly. That whole island is gone. So yeah. Andrew, anything else you'd change?
Honestly, I'd take out Nedry and the whole IT plot and just make the storm, like the hurricane that comes in and does it.
Yeah.
Because it's just a bit pointless, really.
Yeah,
that's true.
And that also takes out one of the beginning scenes as well. Of the 5 beginning scenes, that lets us lose that weird one where they're having dinner, and then
I mean that also takes out the actor that went on to get arrested for inappropriate things. So that's not a bad idea. Yeah.
Is that the guy who plays the IT guy, or the guy that gives him the money?
Dodgson, the guy that gives him the money.
Bad times.
Oh, really?
So
okay, there we go.
Okay.
And and obviously Wayne Knight will just be collateral damage, but I don't think it's. Again, he feels like he's in a completely different movie, because he's like the slapstick kid character, but like he's then like chucking the stick to try and get. He's like that.
He's lost the plot. He doesn't know what's happening. He's so giddy. He's about to become a millionaire. It's like, I didn't realise this was going to be this easy.
Literally just a millionaire, isn't it? It's like just £1 million to give embryos of dinosaurs, and it's just $1 million. So
that would be awful. Right, I think what you can
earn that just by staying awake and counting quarters now. If on Netflix, if you check out that, it seems a lot easier way to do it. Okay, well, so here we are, number 96.
Well,
on your list, one of the biggest, best films of all time, and you've put it at 96. Just squeaking above Kingsman.
Well, in the new, who knows where it goes in the new list, because Kingsman moves up quite a lot. I mean, I feel like my reordering of the films is lacking considerably less effort than yours did. Mine are very arbitrary, as you pointed out last week. You know, that means loads of films now are going to have to go below Kingsman. I was like, that's a good point. Yeah. So with that in mind,
it's not as easy. It's not as easy as everyone thinks, is it? This whole coming up with 100 films and ordering them. You know, you were so self-assured last season, and now all of a sudden.
Well, so to make it easy for myself, I've just left this at 96. So job done. I don't have to worry about it. Oh dear. So there we go. What about you?
Wow.
Where does it go?
Kingsman is significantly higher than
I do
Jurassic Park.
still. I as much as I am messing around, and I probably will have little real impact in doing the reorder correctly. But I would much rather watch Kingsman again than this. Even like today, I'd rather, I haven't seen Kingsman last week. I still think it's a much better film for what I like. So yeah. So there we go. What about you then?
Interesting. I mean, this is the best. It's arguably first film on your list. So this will very easily be the one that will be at the top, and will probably stay at the top. Well, I mean, maybe who knows? Maybe the list will be a complete celebration after this. But it will go in. It will stay at number 96. I think it will be. It's a good film. It
is good.
It's definitely of its time, like historically. Like it's. If you, we kind of talked about it a little bit with The Matrix as well. If you plot the films that like changed cinema over the course of the last 70 years, this is definitely one that gets mentioned. And it's still held up. It held up as much as I thought it was going to.
It didn't look like you're right. Like the animatronics don't look dated at all. They look really good. Like the longer CGI scenes are some of them are a bit questionable. But yeah, considering that is, as you said, 32 years ago, it's pretty impressive. So yeah.
There's 55 like CGI effects in the whole film, whereas now in like an average like rom-com there'd probably be over 2,000. So it is incredible again, like what they managed to do with it all. Right?
Spielberg.
It's funny because you can kind of tell with the helicopters, like they've clearly got helicopters, and then they've put in like the island in front of it, whereas now obviously the helicopters would also be CGI, but clearly they are real helicopters, and they've just altered what they're flying into, and you're like, well, so it just goes to show this is early, and it looks it, but at the same time it was super early in kind of the effects.
Well, here we go then. So you're ready then for 95? We're finally getting into like the good stuff now. This is what everyone really wanted. So 1981, that was the year of release. Runtime 99 minutes, classic 80s runtime. Action / adventure sci-fi. A bit of difference between the critics and the audience on Rotten Tomatoes. Audience 77, which I think is personally low, and I'm doing my best to get that increased personally. And the critics score 86. IMDb 7.2. But now we get onto the fun stats. So, number of explosions, 5. Number of deaths, 20. Obviously, we'll be fact-checking that. Yeah, certainly. Had a budget of 6 million. So, I mean, there you go. I mean, how low is that? So, here we go. So, in a future apocalyptic world, the president is kidnapped. There is only one person who can go in and save him. Well, he has no choice, as he's been injected with a poison. Classic 80s storylines. There we are. Yes.
Nice. It feels low on the explosion front.
Well, I mean,
it's going to be.
That was AI, so it's 100% accurate. So I don't know what you're questioning.
Awesome. Well, yeah, another classic to look forward to next week. Thanks, Andrew, for coming down to the bar and for being with us. First guest of season 2. So we'll get you a badge, and you can take that and you can wear that everywhere. That's fine. I think we'll now sit here and really after let's get another round and let's really dig deep into the science behind it and whether we think it's possible. You guys use amber just as a word a lot more, I think, in Australia than we do, so we can really explore it. Thanks to Tom Miller for the new theme song. I think this is the first time that we've thanked him. So new 80s inspired theme songs. We love that. We're coming up to Christmas time, so the bar will be open all over Christmas. So come on down if you're in the neighbourhood and you want to chat movies. Cocktails and shattered dreams, definitely the place to spend Christmas. But yeah, have a happy Christmas to all of our listeners if you're listening to it live when it drops. And obviously, most people will probably be listening to on some random Thursday in June. So, that's
it
fine
works
as well.
in so many levels.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. We'll line up the drinks, and let's get into it.